What's something that's normal in your country, but would be considered weird everywhere else? Letting babies sleep outside in their prams unattended. Pointing at something, someone using your lips. We throw tissue paper on the table to reserve it. Paying a few coins to a homeless, poor person wearing a reflective safety vest to watch over your car when you park it in the street. Having a maple syrup reserve. A federal law specifically stating saying sorry is not a legal admission of guilt. Going around barefoot. Most Australians live near the coast and the weather is good. It's not unusual to see someone walking around the supermarket without shoes. Edit. Looking at the responses. I could have phrased this a bit better. Everybody isn't doing it everywhere. Just that if you saw someone in a beachside suburb without shoes you wouldn't think twice. If you saw somebody barefoot in the middle of the city, you'd assume they were of no fixed abode. Sitting naked and sweating while spanking your uncle or neighbor with a birch branch. Going to a funeral by bike. Going to a Michelin star restaurant for dinner by bike. Transporting my wife by bike. Picking up a Christmas tree by bike. All things I have done more or less recently here in the Netherlands. I'm in my 50s. Lunch at 1500. Dinner at 22:30. Sometimes later. Also addressing your professors by their first name. We have farms where we ride ostriches. You get naked with friends, family or strangers and throw water on hot stones until the room temperature is 100 degrees. This is considered fun and relaxing. Sometimes you roll naked in snow. In winter. Or whip yourself and others with spruce twigs. Any time of the year. When you need that extra relaxation. Well, in the Philippines we sometimes put soft drinks in plastic bags and add a straw. Hold the plastic bag tightly so that you can drink and enjoy. Edit. Guess we're not the only ones. Turning extracurricular college activities into multi-billion-dollar quasi-professional sports leagues. How we address each other. In Northern Ireland, the more you are liked, the worse we treat you. We say things to each other that are crude and really harsh. Due to the nature of the hobbies I was involved in, I've had a lot of American guests and met a lot of American expats. Most of them have mentioned it when I've asked how they're finding it living here. One said it took him almost 2 years to not get offended or feel like he was being treated badly. Because he was American lol. Basically we roast each other in the harshest and crudest ways imaginable to show we like you. It's a bit fucked up lol. In my country, Russia, cottage cheese is a very common food. There's like a dozen different brands and even different kinds of it in every store. Most people eat cottage cheese with a sour cream and sugar. Many use it for baking cakes or pies. Some use it to make filling for vareniki. In my knowledge, other countries don't eat cottage cheese as much, and if they do, they eat it in vastly different ways. Edit. I love reading about different ways cottage cheese is eaten in different countries. And it's exactly what I was talking about. In Russia, cottage cheese is considered a sweet food. Most people eat it the way I described, with sour cream and sugar. It never even crossed my mind that it can be eaten in savory and salty dishes until I was in my late 20s and started spending time on sites with foreigners. It's simply not done. Personally, I love to eat it with fruit, but it's not terribly common. Doesn't require legal age to buy alcohol, cigarettes or anything. Prescription drug commercials. Living with parents in 20s until we can buy a house or marriage. I have seen tons of criticism about this in Reddit. But this is the way here. In Australia, we shorten a lot of long words. It may sound weird, but it works. Bathing naked with your kids, or with other people's kids at bathhouse or hot spring.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.